The Denver Nuggets have made it to the Western Conference semifinals 3 out of the last 4 seasons, and they have not had less than 40 wins in a season since 2016. And last season was very impressive for these guys, simply because they had 2 of their best 3 players out for most of the year. To be able to get 48 wins in a tough Western Conference is incredible. It would take a Herculean effort for one of their best players, and that's just what they got out of their franchise player, Nikola Jokic. He has won the MVP award in back-to-back seasons, and this may not be the best of what's to come from this guy in his career. If he was to win the league MVP 3 years in a row, he will be in the company of players like Larry Bird, Wilt Chamberlain, and Bill Russell. Jokic has changed the way the league looks at the big man position. He is coming off a season where he averaged 27 points, around 14 rebounds, 8 assists, and 1.5 steals per game, in what was a legendary one-man performance. He's the first NBA player to have at least 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists in one season. Even though Joel Embiid had a great season in his own right, Jokic was a better player last year, and it would have been criminal not to give it to him. Would it really be crazy to say at the moment already that Nikola Jokic is the best Nuggets player of all time? I believe he is, and he really could solidify that argument by leading this team to the NBA Finals. A Supermax extension was justified when it comes to Nikola Jokic, and that's what the Nuggets gave him this offseason. Jokic signed the richest deal in NBA history to stay with the Denver Nuggets. It was a 5-year, $264 million extension. This will have him stay with the organization until 2027, with a player option in 2028. But the most important question to ask about this team is, will Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. be healthy this year? They haven't shared the court at the same time since April of 2021. Murray missed the entire season last year due to an ACL injury he suffered in the season before. Meanwhile, Michael Porter Jr. had a back injury that required surgery, forcing him to sit out the remainder of last season after just playing 9 games. Murray and Jokic are one of the best pick-and-roll duos in the league, and Michael Porter comes in as another versatile scorer with size that can add more problems for the opposing team. When all 3 of these players played on the same court in 2021, the team had a net rating of plus 15.6. The Nuggets could have one of the best offensive ratings in the league if these 3 players could stay healthy. Dealing with injuries is never fun, and Jamal Murray's injury came at the worst time, close to the end of the season. Before he tore his ACL, he was one of the most electrifying scorers in the league, and the NBA bubble was basically his coming out party. He can shoot it off the bounce, take it to the rim, and plays with a pace that is among the best in the league. He's still young at 25 years old and has a killer work ethic. Michael Porter Jr. has had 3 back surgeries and he's only 24 years old. That's something no player wants to deal with, and his long-term health is something to watch. It would be surprising if Murray or Porter play more than 70 games this upcoming season. Even if Murray and Porter are not at their best at the beginning of the season, it still will make it so much easier because of their presence alone. Jokic already carried the team on his back all of last season and spent the offseason playing Euro basketball for Serbia. He is in great shape and looks ready for another successful season, but he cannot be expected to do all the heavy lifting again by himself. The organization has made changes since the end of last season, starting in the front office, in which Calvin Booth takes over as the president of basketball operations. And his first big move was sending guards Will Barton and Monty Morris to the Wizards for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Ish Smith. KCP is a tough defender with a reliable 3-point shot. He brings championship experience, having won a title with the Lakers in 2020. Getting tougher, smarter players was the main goal of this team in the offseason, and that's what they got with the addition of KCP and former Brooklyn Nets guard Bruce Brown. Brown can score in the paint and can virtually play any wing position. And best of all, he has proven to hold his own defensively against taller, stronger players in this league. Now that everybody is healthy for the most part, Mike Malone has the right pieces to lead this team to a championship. Could this be the year that the Nuggets finally break through in the Western Conference? This team is loaded at almost every position. Bones Highland is in store for a massive second season in the league, and Aaron Gordon can finally be the number 4 option on this team, giving him better scoring opportunities. There will be a lot of pressure on this team to make a deep run in the Western Conference playoffs, and the expectations for this team should be to finish in the top 3 when it's all said and done. I have the Denver Nuggets finishing with the 3rd seed with a 56-26 record. This team is ready to compete for a championship right now. The big 3 on this team is finally back together. Nikola Jokic had his best season last year, and there are no signs of him slowing down anytime soon. Adding Jamal Murray alone will make life so much easier and will benefit Jokic in the long run. They will be one of the best teams in the league and will be one of many teams that has the chance to win the championship this year. It's championship or bust for the Denver Nuggets.